Focused Warrior Podcast, brought to you by Focus 20 Coaching, the Awakened Warrior Program. My
Yeah,
brother, my
boy.
brother, my brother.
What's
Yeah,
going
what's
on, man?
good?
What's
What's
going
good?
on?
What's good?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Been out, got some rays. It's a good start. When you go outside and actually when you get up first thing in the morning and move, you would know. You do the gym first thing in the morning. How do you
Mm.
feel when you move?
Oh, dude, honestly, I will tell you, Aaron, that after the gym starts for me 5:30 in the morning on the dot. I'm there. It's a discipline. I can't actually start my day unless I do that.
Yeah, man.
There's been days that I haven't done that, for stupid excuse reasons, right? And it's been the worst. The day's off, the flow's off, shit's off. And bro, I'll tell you right now, only other reason why I would ever do that is holiday. And on holiday time, I get something done in here because I can't, Aaron, I just
Yeah,
can't function
yeah.
unless I move my body. And so anyway, that was a long, long answer to your question,
Bring
but
it.
I feel
Yep,
fucking amazing, bro.
it's
Feel
so
you
true.
could tell I'm on one tonight, Aaron. I'm on
Fuck
one,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. Let's roll. Let's roll. So it's been a week. It's been a week and a bit. So I think there's been a lot of excitement. I think there's also a lot of unlocking new doors and unlocking new opportunities. And I think with where this conversation is going to flow today is just trusting in our ability to have a voice to share with the world. And we're starting to see that, like, the shorts that we do. We're on TikTok, guys. If you're on TikTok, um, follow us, focus.warrior on TikTok. We've got a few shorts on there in regards to the conversations that we have. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple, we're on YouTube. The biggest thing for us is to, again, just take that opportunity to go, all right, well, where can we go? Where can we go this?
Mm,
How can we share our voice? And it's like, we could pick just one or two platforms and go, I don't want to rely on social media.
mm, mm,
Well, we're
mm.
not relying on social media either. But if we want people to see our shit, that's where we're going to
Yes.
be.
Yes. Yes, 1,000,000%, bro. And I love how you're doing this, right? You just lobbed me the softball here. But tonight, man, we're talking consistency. And I want to open right away with this, man, with this podcast. You and I have been at this thing, Aaron. We officially
Oh, dude.
launched, and I'm not even going to say the previous name. It doesn't even really, at this point, ring a bell with me. But when we launched our podcast, we were under a different name. And it was on June 1st, 2023, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
So,
Whew.
in just about a month, a little bit more than a couple, well, about a couple months, right? We're 2 years into this thing, Aaron,
Yep.
still. Okay. Now, mind you, I want to say this 2 years with just up until recently, very little result, very little views, very little engagement, inconsistency on our part. I can say that. I could say that. I can own that, bro. I mean, we had all these great plans and we didn't deliver.
Mm.
So how did we expect our podcast to grow if we weren't putting in the work? We
Yep.
still showed up. We still did a podcast every Saturday. I mean, there was times in there where we far few and in between, because of, vacations or whatever it was, we couldn't do it. And then we waited till the new year, kind of came back in and, relaunched, rebranded, whatever you want to call it. But bro, we're up to almost 90 episodes in close to 2 years. And we're just now seeing engagement. That is true well, I shouldn't say consistency, but that's true. That's staying true to us and actually saying we're not going to sit and watch the scoreboard and be sad and be like, maybe we should sunset this thing.
Yeah.
It's not working. People don't want what we have to say. Oh no, they do. We just got to keep going, brother. So I'm opening with that, Aaron. I want to hear more from you on that, brother.
Yeah, I love it because at the end of the day, it's like, we've got all of this experience, all of this knowledge, and it's worth nothing if you're not prepared to share it. So I think
Mm,
what we've done is, we took the courage to start a podcast and just to start, speaking from the heart. So we took the courage in that. Now what we needed to do is we needed to look at it and go, well, more people need to hear our shit. So what do we do? It's like, all right, well, we need to put ourselves out there a little bit more. And it's not being afraid to put ourselves out there. It's not being afraid for people to hear what we have to say. There's judgment regardless of what you do,
mm.
whether it be something that you need to follow within your own heart or whether you're doing it to please someone else. Someone's going to fucking judge you. It doesn't matter what it is. So what you need to do is just be true to yourself and go, I've got something to share of value. And this is where it's like, okay, well, let's look at it from a business perspective. And from a business perspective, it's like, what do you do? Well, you advertise on every platform, you advertise
Mm.
anywhere you possibly can. And what we're doing is we're looking at it going, all right, well, where's our free marketing? Okay, social media is where it's at. You've
Yep.
got all the socials, LinkedIn, which is again a slightly different market, but you've got LinkedIn, you've got TikTok, Snapchat we don't do. You've got all these other little social media platforms out there. You've got Facebook, you've got Instagram. But you said it before, consistency is the one that matters. Algorithms rule the world. And at the end of the day, it's like no one's going to see your shit if it's not of value, if no one sees it. If
Mm.
no one sees your stuff, Instagram, social media platforms are not going to throw it out there to more people. So it's like, okay, well, what do we do? Well, we can do one of two things. We can just speak candidly and speak open and honest and passionate about what we need to share, or we can play the victim currency, which is really good at the moment. The interesting thing, this is the interesting thing, kind of a little bit off topic here, but my own personal TikTok account, if I post anything that is, how do I put it? Contemporary, a little bit
Controversial.
controversial. Anything that is controversial, I'm getting tens of thousands of views.
Yeah.
If I post anything out there in regards to helping men stand up, find their courage, find their strength to just come from a place of truth, I'm getting hundreds of views. So it's like, okay, well, what do I do? Well, first of all, put the stuff out there that's going to get the views in the audience, get the people following your stuff. And then therefore you put in a little bit of your truth, your message. You put a little bit of that in there. So I've been trying that lately and it's working. It's working. Controversy is obviously going to get an audience. It's going to get, the views and it's going to get the conversation rolling. But I think at the same time also, it's like I don't want people just to look at me and see me as the guy that just shares, and it's all factual. It's all factual stuff. But I don't want people to look at me and be, oh, like you're just a guy that's, the conspiracy theorist. And it's like, no, I've actually got
Sure.
fucking substance. I've got 30 years of experience in the fitness game. Of when you look at the coaching game that I'm in, been in the coaching space for nearly 10 years now. So it's like I do actually have a little bit more value to offer, more so than sharing data that the government or media don't want to share. You know what I mean? So this is where it flows into that. All right, well, you've got to have the courage to actually start sharing your voice and your opinion. And this is a basis of this podcast, which is all about us having the courage, having the vulnerability to not only share our life and our experiences, but also it's like what's helping us get through. And the one takeaway out of all of this is just have fucking belief in yourself. Forget about the haters. Don't fucking worry about them. It's gonna be there anyway. Fuck, don't give a shit. And don't be consumed by social media. I see it as a business tool. I'll put it out there. Thanks very much. See you later. I'll move on. So,
Bro, Aaron, you could use this in a couple of different scenarios, right? I want to get this real with people so that everybody understands what we mean by consistency, right? And especially in the space that you're in. 30 years in the game, bodybuilder, you know what it takes to get that lean, mean body. Even, at the young man's age, at the older man's age, you've been through every single level, right?
mm,
That being said, consistency, the way that it's written, is if I'm consistent for X amount of days, I should see results. No, it's not how it works,
uh-huh.
right? And this is why I bring up your space, Aaron, because I want you to touch on this, brother. I've met men in the gym working out that look jacked, that look freaking awesome, right? And I go up to them, and I'm not kidding you, man. I'll sit there and I'll tell them, hey, just curious, man. How long have you been working out? You think any one of them, Aaron, told me 6 months? No, dude. Minimum 5 years. I'm not talking minimum here. Some of these guys, I've been working out for 20 years. It took me about five to get this body first, and then I've had to maintain it over the last 15 years. Consistent, dude. Not just in 6 months you'll feel better. Yeah, of course you're gonna feel good, dude, but doesn't mean you're gonna have this jacked freaking monster of a body. It doesn't work that way, man. You really have to get super ready. And I'm not the expert here. You are. So I'm gonna let you talk on this. But I'm just simply saying, dude, that anything that we do it's not just showing up casually. Anything is social media, dude. I mean, you and I have been having this talk for a while because I've been struggling with it for a bit. You're like, hey, man, you just got to jump in. And I'm like, you're right, Aaron. I do. I'm doing it. I'm going. And you know what? I'm going to stop looking at the days. I'm going to stop looking at the weeks, and I'm starting to stop looking at the scoreboard because
Mm.
that's what we tend to do. I'm
Yeah.
putting myself out there, brother, because these are the kind of things that I struggle with that I have to move past by having my mind right. If I don't have my mind right, it's not happening. So those it's we talk about this, and there's so many different areas that we could talk about, brother. But that's why I used your example because the body you can't buy. No matter what you do, you're not buying that muscly body. You got to earn it. And
Hmm.
that goes with any other part of your business or any other part of your life for that matter. It doesn't just happen, dude. Everybody right now is like, oh, summer's in 3 months. You think in 3 months you're about to look jacked? I got news for you. You might lose some weight, but you ain't getting that perfect specimen of a body that you think. And that's why people quit, brother, and go, I'm going to do it next summer. You know what I'm saying?
100%. And dude, there's so many fucking angles I can take with this, huh?
Yeah. Pick one.
I mean,
Just pick one, bro. I'm
exactly.
on one tonight.
Oh, dude, exactly. I think oh man, the biggest one is the instant gratification. You know, when you look at social media, for example, and everyone's consumed by social media. People are seeing all these fitness influencers, and you know what? I'm going to put it out there. These fitness influencers that say that they're a trainer, they're all full of shit. It's like, don't fucking listen to them. I
Mm,
know people that just because they've got followers and they've got a great body, they've got absolutely no qualifications whatsoever, but they're putting
yeah,
themselves out there as an online trainer. So be very careful about who you're getting inspired by.
sure.
So
Good
yeah,
call, brother. Good call, man.
and look, the other thing that I want I want everyone to really be honest about. How long did it take you to get fat? Oh, you can't use fat. That's
Wow.
the political correctness. You can't fucking do that. Shut up. You're fat. You're fat. Look at yourself in the
Dude.
mirror. You're fat. You're fat. Yeah.
Oh, that's true,
So
Aaron.
you can actually you get fat and you get lazy a lot quicker than what it'll actually take you to get in shape and lose weight.
Yeah.
The reality is that people are impatient, you know, because at a click of a finger on social media, you can deposit money, you can get money, you can buy stuff, and you can get it fucking tomorrow. So when
Yeah.
you're in that mindset, people, everything's easy. But
Yeah.
when it comes to changing your body, having the discipline to show up every single day when you're tired, when you're fucking hungry, when you're sore, we automatically go into that I can't fucking do this, it's all too hard mentality. Or there's something in your life that's, you know, taking over, like you've either got some relationship issues or you've got work commitments or for whatever reason, all your kids are taking up all of your time, you'll find whatever fucking reason you can to quit because you're
Yeah.
tired, you're sore, you know, you're hungry. And this is, you know, piggybacking off the conversation you had about consistency, is that you won't see the result if you're looking at the short term. And then you need to look at the mindset side of it. The mindset side of it is that you have to be resilient to go through the hard work because yes, you'll feel good. You'll feel good in around about a 4 to 6 week period. You start feeling good, but you won't see any physical change yourself for at least 12 weeks. People
Wow.
will see a change because you're glowing, you're happier, there's something different
Yeah.
about you. They will automatically see something that's changed. Now, whether or not, now, if probably a little bit off topic, but if you're the type of person that can't accept compliments, again, you'll find a reason to quit. Because if someone comes
Yeah.
up to you, you've been going at it for, you know, 4, 5, 6, 7 days a week, moving your body every day, and you're looking after your food every single day. You're doing what your coaches ask you to do. You're following the plan. You're trusting the plan. Soon as someone turns around and says, "Oh my God, you're looking good. Have you lost any weight?" What do you say? Two things. You're either going to
Mm.
go, "Yeah, I've been on this plan. I'm feeling really good," or you're going to go, "Nah, nah, I look like shit still. I'm still fat." Now, look what's going to happen if you tell yourself either one of those two things. If you turn around to yourself and say, "Yeah, I'm fucking on this plan. I'm feeling really good and I'm fucking game," you're going to keep going. You've got the resilience. You know what you need to do. If you're the person that can't accept a compliment, can't say thank you, and can't say thank you to the person that's given you a compliment in one way or another, you're going to find every reason to quit because you don't you still don't trust yourself. You still don't believe yourself. You still
Yeah.
got that, you know? So it's a really, really interesting kind of space to be in. And I see it all the time. I see people quit because, again, it's all too fucking hard. You know, they'll find a reason to, you know, stay stuck. They'll find a reason to stay in their comfort zone. They'll make an excuse to quit and not go to the gym because of whatever reason. They're either hungover, they're fucking having a bender, or, you
Mm,
know,
mm.
it's like, okay, well, why do you want to stay stuck? Why are you staying stuck? Like, why do you want to stay in that comfort zone? You know deep down that you're not liking where you're at. So why are you staying stuck? Why are you staying in that comfort? Like, what's holding you there? Is it that you don't
Self-worth,
know?
self-worth,
Yeah,
low
yeah.
self-worth, right?
Is it the unknown that all of a
Mhm.
sudden, when you do reach your goal with looking jacked and looking fucking amazing, like, do you think the people around you are going to change? Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
They will. And again, there's so many different angles you can go with it because, you know, we've talked about it before, that when you start to, you know, when you evolve as a person, the things that you say, the things that you do change. And therefore, the friend circle that you have will look at you and go, fuck, you've changed. You're either going to go, oh shit, I'm losing my friends, or you're going to go, yeah, I have, because I know where I need to go. My life needs to be better. And
Yeah.
then there's that lonely place. It's no fucking different. It's no different when you're trying to improve on yourself, whether it be physically or mentally or emotionally. There's always going to be that lonely place. Also, when you're going all in on business. Now, I'm really going to touch on this very, very quickly. Is that you have a look at your business plan. You've started a new business. What are you going to do? You go all in on business and you make sure that your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. You do all that you need to do, ensuring that you stick to your business plan. Am I correct?
Yep. That's correct to
What?
me.
Yep. And at the end, what's the end goal in business? We want to make money. We want to be able to have a life of freedom. We want to have a life that is, you know, we don't have to worry about where the fuck our rent's going to come from. We want to
Yeah.
provide. We want to be able to hire people so we can help them, you know, have a better life. Yeah. In most cases, that's what it is. In most cases.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
let's put all of these things that you're doing in business and let's put it into your body. What's different?
Well,
Meal
bro,
plan.
there's no difference,
No
right?
difference.
I mean, it's crazy how there's a perspective though. It's like if I do all of this in business and I focus and I do all these things in business, I don't really have time for workout. I don't really have time for that. Why? Because you don't really have control over your schedule, or do you? And you just have a certain perspective on it, brother. And I like that you're saying this, Aaron, about the body part, man. But let's talk about it from, the mind part of it. It's just a mindset version of this, right? It's in anything that you do, right? So posting one video every couple weeks, you think you're going to get the attention that needs to get, right?
Mm.
That's what I've struggled with. And then you go, okay, well, if I start posting, then this is going to happen. Am I ready for that? And that's why I say this mindset thing is a big deal, man. You got to check your mind because your mind will talk you right out of a good idea. If you're not moving within, what as Mel Robbins says, within 5 seconds, if you're not moving, it's gone. It's out. You lost it. It's not, you know what I mean? And so, and dude, imagine we run through about 70,000 thoughts per day. The average human being does. So you only pick up what you need to pick up out of the day, whether it's pre-programmed or whatever it is.
Mm.
So if you don't have any type of consistency, that's why you're like, man, where'd the day go? It's already 3 o'clock in the afternoon. What did I even do today?
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
what did you do? Can you stop and say and do that for a second? Could you audit your day? Bro, you either do or you don't, right? And there's no dipping your toe in the water and maybe I'll start next week. It's already the end of February, which by the way, bro, over here in the States it's 222. It's two
Oh,
22. I know it's 223 over there, man, but it's 222 here, which is fire
dude.
date, man. It's
We all
it's
love our
it's
numbers. We fucking love our
yeah,
numbers.
oh, dude, we love our numbers.
Yeah.
But dude, the thing is, Aaron, is I know for a fact, brother, and I could say this very, very confidently. I didn't think you and I would be here after this long.
Shit, really?
Uh, well, because I
Fucking little
thought we would
faith.
hit,
That hurts,
bro.
bro.
And you know what? I'm calling this out only because I say this, brother. I thought by now you and I would have maybe grown our businesses a little bit more. Maybe we would have had a little bit less time for the podcast because maybe we would got pulled away into some other things. Right. So my mind was thinking, oh, okay, well, we're going to start this thing. We're going to get the engagement. It was all pre-programmed, Aaron. And then when reality hit and I went, oh no, wait a minute. It doesn't work like that. We've got to show up for years in this
Yep.
podcast if we want any engagement. We got to show up for years in our business if we want any engagement. So when that happened, bro, it switched back to, oh no, we're not going nowhere. So it's crazy, man. I have to say all that, Aaron, because it's part of my mind, dude, and how I had to dump all this stuff out because it's how I was feeling for a while, especially
Dude.
especially during the struggle times. I will say that I was like,
Oh yeah.
the struggle times will get you every time if you let them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I think, I'm going to piggyback up off a lot of that. And the first one I want to piggyback on is that the consistency with showing up on social media from a business perspective. We've been in the network marketing game for a number of years, and in that, it's like closed mouth, closed business. All
Mm,
right. So where's our sales channel? Our sales channel is social media. Fuck it. Well, if you're not talking about your business, it's closed. So I made a real promise to myself, like every single day, show up every day, talking about what I need to talk about. And it's a matter of giving as well. And all it is the emotional deposits into my audience that I want them to look at me and go, fuck, you're giving me all the information I need to go off and do what I need to do to change.
mm.
Awesome. But they know that if I need more, I know where to go. I know where to
There you
go
go.
because the free information you've given me has worked. So that's that emotional deposit there. Now, the other thing I want to really touch on is the aspect of one dimensional. Being a one dimensional man, you're only going to focus on one thing at any one time. And I think we did talk about this on maybe episode 23, 24 or something, being the one dimensional man, is that if you only focus on one thing at any one time, everything else is going to go to shit. Like your body's going to go to shit, your business is going to go to shit, your relationships are going to go to shit.
Wow.
So if you focus on your body, it's like, right, I need to put all my efforts into getting lean, getting fit and healthy, do all those things. And when you're a one-dimensional man, guess what happens? All your energy goes into the gym. Guess what happens? No more emotional deposits into your relationship. No more emotional deposits into your business. You're not working on those details that matter, and therefore, and also, there's no spiritual connection into you. You're not connecting back to you and seeking clarity every single day and grounding and making sure that your head's in the game, and you're not scattered by society's fucking chatter, or
Mm.
you're not consumed by um, you know, what I mean by going to the gym, you're not consumed by making sure that you're eating at a certain time. You're making sure that, you're only having a certain amount of food. It's like you can be that anal if you want, but I guarantee that from a body perspective, if you deviate too much from normality, you're going to find a reason to quit because it's all too hard.
Yeah.
Because people around you, are still doing the same thing. So what you want to do is you want to find that's working for you. Like what works for you from a body perspective? What's working from you training? Good. Find a time that's going to work. Don't fucking quit. Don't think that you have to spend an hour and a half at the gym all the time. You can do a 30-minute fucking workout and you can make it effective. You can do 30 minutes every single day, 7 days a week. From a food perspective, it doesn't have to be chicken, rice, and fucking veggies every single meal, every single day. Go out, socialize, but be careful of the choices. Have a steak and salad. You can still go out, you can still socialize. So I think people make it too hard. They think they
They
need to
do.
go from one extreme to the other. And it's like you don't.
You do. You
Just
don't.
tweak. But what I really want to focus on, and this is from a man's perspective, because I've fucking been there. I know what it's like when you're trying to achieve something and then you get distracted or you
Mm.
start doubting yourself that it's all too fucking hard. Business is all too fucking hard. I might as well just go out and do a 9 to 5 again. Don't do that. Like, yes, it's harder now to get ahead than ever, but the one thing that's not changed is having one-on-one conversations with people face to face. But what have we
Good.
forgotten in the last 2 to 3 years? We've forgotten how to
So
have normal
true.
conversations, bro.
So true, brother. So true, man. And I mean, dude, that's A1 right there, man, because like you say, I think at the end of the day, brother, it's that oh man, I love that you said that we overcomplicate it. And I know that too, man, because there was times where I go, well, I missed the gym today. Instead of going, you know what can I do instead of the gym? Since I didn't get to do the gym, can I just go You know, four times around my neighborhood, you know, there's a
Mm.
little, it's kind of a trail, a mile. Why can't I go walk a couple miles? Why can't I do, dude? And the thing is, we just absolutely throw all of that out the window. Once one thing goes wrong, oh, that's it.
Yep.
I messed everything up. And you beat yourself up, man. And I think that's where, like you said, we overcomplicate it
You
to
know
the
what?
point where it's perfectionism. You want it to be perfect every day. And I'm sorry, it's not going to be,
And I want to
right?
ask you something there. Like when you do have those times, and look, we've all been there. What do you do when you're like, fuck it, I didn't go to the gym and I've got all these other things I need to do and I'm not going to find to go in. And the last thing I want to be doing is going to the gym at fucking 9 o'clock at night. What do we
Yeah.
normally do? Sit on the couch, fucking feel sorry for ourselves.
It
It's
gets
like, bro,
worse. It
yeah,
gets worse. You
yeah,
end up like self-sabotaging. You
massively.
beat yourself up so bad.
Yeah.
So no, I hear you, bro. And I think that's where I've, you know, me personally, and I would offer this to anybody is when you feel that way, when you feel like shit, is when you need to step into that absolute
Mm,
suck. You know, when it's just not the best day, you're in your feelings, you're mad, you're frustrated, it's cold. It's been cold here in Colorado. I've hated
yeah,
going
it's
to the
cold
gym the
here
last
too.
few days because it's been cold,
Yeah.
right?
Look, so
And that is where I'm like, yeah, motherfucker.
fucking,
But I will say this, it's just been one of those things where getting up now and going to the gym, standing out in the freezing ass cold, you know, going outside to start my truck, all these things are just like, you have to do this.
mm,
You said you would, so do it. And bro, I've said this on so many of our podcasts. I love that. I'll repeat it all day. But that's where the magic happens is when you say, I must do this. No, I don't want it's 4 degrees outside. I don't want to go outside right now. Screw that. I'd rather stay under the snuggie.
yeah, it's
No,
priorities,
you
bro.
said you would go. And you know what, bro? I'm sorry, but if you tell me that you are showing up, I want you as my leader. But if you tell me you're showing up, but you're not really showing up and you're kind of showing up, and you know when you're bullshitting yourself. And when you bullshit yourself, guess what happens? It starts to radiate off of you. Then you're just some creep that wants, you know, online coaching money. Because like you said, there's a lot of frauds. There's a
Yeah,
lot of phonies, a lot of fakes.
yeah.
But at the end of the day, man, you know who's real. And if you can't be real with yourself in the mirror, you're not going to ever lead anybody.
Love it. I love it, man. That's a good fucking end to this thing. Amen to that, brother. All in. Embrace the
All in,
suck.
man.
Embrace
Consistency.
the
Let's
suck.
go.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. And I love where this is at with the consistency, not only with us showing up every day, but I want to touch on something that you said that, hey, you didn't think we were going to be, 85 episodes in. But what I will say is that I was always going to make this a priority. And what I did, and I've done this now for just on a year, everything, even my gym workouts, is scheduled in my calendar. Fucking everything. I
Mm,
schedule
dig it.
everything. So I know that that's my accountability. I fucking schedule in there. You got to make it happen. I do my appointments. I
Yes.
do my social stuff. Like, all right, when do I need to film? All right, my socials are in there. Social media stuff is in there. Emails, like service calls, they're all there.
Game changer.
Everything's scheduled. So,
Game
yeah.
changer.
So if you want to level up, you have a look at the people that you want to be like. And what are they doing? They schedule fucking everything. They have PAs,
Everything.
everything.
Yes.
So what we've got to do is go, all right, well, what's the man I want to be? What's the leader I want to be? Like, how do I want to live my life? Great. Show up, do that, hold yourself ultimately accountable. So I fucking love it. Love it, brother.
Ah, man. Good stuff, bro. Good stuff. Well, listen, if you guys found any value in this, definitely hope you did. We definitely appreciate you subscribing to us. Share the show with whoever you think needs this. If you guys need to have a conversation and it's a safe space that Aaron and I provide, we're absolutely available for you on our social media as well.
Mhm.
YouTube, reach out to us. We'll get back with you. No problem. We're here for it, brother. This has been good, man. I appreciate it. Hey, I'm just all wired up, dude. I had a good day, man. So I'm just all
Oh,
fired up. Appreciate you
watch,
matching my energy today, man.
watch out. Fucking watch out. And it's the end of the day for you as well. And you're only just getting started. So, bro,
Yeah, dude. Hey, I bet I might as well go for a run in the cold right now, dude. All
embrace the suck. Yeah. All right, guys. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, brother, stud,
right.
we'll see you
Cheers,
soon.
mate.